Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be taking a look at the absolutely destructive and not to be messed around with final shape of the dad rifle. That's right, in honor of Paul Tassi welcoming his newborn son into the world, I like to make this video in honor of all you fellow dad rifle mains out there, including myself out there, for just really liking the way this pulse rifle feels. Of course, we are talking about none other than the casual king, Insidious itself. The Insidious pulse rifle is very unique in the sense that it is the only energy 4-round burst pulse rifle in the game right now. Actually, even then, it would only be the second, with the only other one being the sunsetted right side of wrong from the Tangled Shore. The Insidious pulse rifle is technically the easiest to get out of its two options, being the other one the kinetic Sacred of Providence, which you get from playing Garden of Salvation. But not only do you have the spoils of conquest to potentially get rerolls of this thing, you also have the ability to craft this. And this is the final form that I have created right here of this Insidious. This pulse rifle has the ability to roll with almost kind of the same perks as a Sacred Providence, but something a little crispier. My roll in particular, I utilize Arrowhead Break to maximize the recoil direction at a maximum of 100%. I use steady rounds to get the max amount of stability while cutting off a little bit of range. I use Rapid Hit in order to make concessive hits land and such. And then I use Adrenaline Junkie. This is the one I want to talk about. See, the problem with Adrenaline Junkie is it has competition in that same slot. And what I'm about to say might be very controversial, but you do not need to use a damage perk for this thing in PvP. I can consistently 2-tap with this monster. This is the 2-tapping casual king, and it puts in work. Now, while I did say I use Adrenaline Junkie, I just want to real quickly discuss the differences between it and Rampage. Technically, they're both very different and fit different niches. Rampage is a lot shorter than Adrenaline Junkie with a full second, but it does have a faster stack with only going up to ×3. So meaning that after one kill, it would go up to a 10%. In contrast with the Adrenaline Junkie perk, which would go up to ×5. However, it does last for a full second longer, and these times can be increased with the enhanced version. But if I'm going to be completely honest, if you are maining this in PvP, you do not need to have a damage-based perk in that slot. Something like Vorpal Weapon could easily destroy a super with this thing. And throughout the video, you can see that not only am I getting consistent 2-taps, but in the situations where I do have the damage perk going, I honestly do not need that extra 6% worth of damage that Adrenaline Junkie kicks off after the first initial kill. But the one cool thing about running Adrenaline Junkie is it allows me to have the opportunity to, if I get a grenade kill, I can just automatically have that 33% extra damage. Now, I do want to talk real quickly about the barrel and the mag options. I play on Xbox Series X. I am a console player, not just a controller player. So my meta can be very different from the PC environment. And while many people out there who are content creators do play on PC, they would say to go for something such as full bore and accurized rounds, or corkscrew rifling and accurized rounds. But here's the secret. This pulse rifle can be custom made for a true console experience. And if you don't want to take me seriously, this feels like it was specifically made in conjunction with what just got added and a feature to come soon. A full auto trigger on a 4-round burst pulse rifle is destructive, especially if you have max recoil direction, the ability to have increased handling thanks to Arrowhead Break, and having the initial burst having as much stability as possible. This roll also does have the, in quotation marks, stability masterwork in it, but, since it's crafted, you really can't see it that well. This weapon is absolutely destructive, and the ironic part to this is while it is the casual king and dominates from a casual gameplay perspective, unfortunately, it does require you to go into the endgame content of the Vow of the Disciple. This was the first weapon that I crafted from the raid because I knew this thing would be potent in Arc 3.0, but I'm pretty sure Arc 3.0 is going to be happening in season 18, I think, because I feel like they're going to follow the subclasses in the order of the Warlock. So we went Void, then we're going to go Solar, and then we're going to go Arc. That's what I think is going to happen. But aside from that, this thing is absolutely destructive. I strongly encourage anyone out there to try to get this weapon, either craft it or try to obtain it. This thing slaps, and as you can see throughout the gameplay, it just is a full auto headshot machine.